Scorpio, first I want to say thank you for all your support of Born Without Boundaries. You are you're the heartbeat of the channel. So beyond my words of appreciation, our words of humility, I'm grateful for your interest and your intrigue and your participation always. Thank you. There's so many things that are interesting about you. Most especially that, say for example, you get cheated on. You are more angry about the lie than the cheating. Because it isn't those dark sides of people, those needs, those desires, those temptations that frighten you or anger you. You find yourself very much at home in those kind of desires. But loyalty is everything. And deception is unacceptable. The one thing that I read about you that I think is very, very true is that it is a psychological need for you to feel in control of your world. Sometimes, for some unbalanced Scorpios, that goes into controlling everybody in your world. But for most of you, you don't want to control. You just want to know. You don't like surprises. And you sure as hell don't like when people have intentionally tried to keep something from you. That, in and of itself, is a bigger sin than the thing itself. Because if somebody had just come to you, you are that person that somebody could tell everything to. And as long as they're telling it to you, you're trusted. You're in on it. You're in on the secrets. You rule that underworld of secrets, of mysteries, of shadiness. I get it. I'm here. I'm the master of it. I'm supposed to be privy to it. So when somebody tries to hide something from you, not only does almost like a vibration get sent out where you recognize 1,000 miles away somebody's trying to hide something because it's in your house. Like they don't know that somehow you're going to get cued off to them trying to hide something in your house. I think you're going through something that's big. And I've said this before. You are. And this is a transitional time for you when your life is on the up. It does not mean that you don't have to dust some ashes out of your eyes and that there won't be some things that still sting and burn. And it's just interesting because there seems to be this dynamic, at least with a circumstance in your life, where you are engaged or involved with somebody who wants to fight to win. They just want to fight to win. Well, that's not enough for you. You want to care. It needs to matter to you. And once something matters to you, it's everything. And you honestly do feel you have a right to know everything. Somebody I worked with once told me, he said, I tell my kids, you need to tell me everything. He said, I'm your father, I know, but you need to tell me everything. He said, if you don't tell me everything, how can I help you get out of it? They were Italian. Ultimately, you are the secret keeper. You are the one that needs to be in the know. And I think not being in the know is the worst feeling ever. Because the truth is, That is your realm to know. To know the dark things, to know the things that are hidden in the shadows. So for somebody to try to keep it hidden from you, it's almost like them trying to keep you locked out from a part of your own home. And who the fuck are they? Let's talk about them. They're scared. They want your love. They very much desire for you to see them as perfect. They need to keep up an image. And that already tells you that you can't keep going on with this person. Because they don't get you. They don't understand. You don't want perfection. You want honesty. You don't want the pretty picture. You want the whole picture. And for anybody to put you in a position where you are left out of the loop is a betrayal of whatever relationship you've established with them. I know that somebody has found out maybe some stuff that you did. And there's no judgment. Who cares? This is stuff in the past, who you are. But ultimately, it's interesting. It's like you start out this scenario wanting this person's forgiveness. And then the way they behave makes you second guess yourself. And it makes you actually learn something new about yourself, which is, I need to be understood. And it is not complicated to understand me. I'm not saying it is easy, but it is not complicated. Tell me everything so that I know. And then when it's all out on the table, we'll diffuse this bomb together. Well, somebody decided that they were going to from their perspective, sneak into your house, try to find that bomb, diffuse it so you never knew that it was there, and sneak out. And in their mind, that's protecting you. In your mind, it's breaking and entering and lying. It don't matter what the end result was. And if it matters on any level, it matters on the level, well, you're not dead yet, right? You didn't get the stinger, right? I was willing to listen to you on a certain level, but ultimately this is heartbreaking because what you did tells me we weren't in this together. We weren't in this together. We weren't a team together. You did something behind my back. You can't do something behind my back. I know when people try to do something behind my back. And ultimately, you didn't trust me enough to think I could handle this or that I loved you enough to love you unconditionally. You got to be strong to be with a Scorpio. And somebody just got cut out. And that weakness really disappointed you. Really disappointed you. Ultimately, you cannot take everybody with you where you're going. It's a new beginning. And that upends a lot of people. Like it's scary. I'm desperate. What if they find out? This is a new start. What if they find out when they're digging? What if stuff comes up? And then what? And then what? And then what? If you told me about the stuff, nothing could surprise me. Why didn't you come to me? There is some regret here, some sadness. But ultimately, there is, with this, there's a particular scenario that I'm channeling. Ultimately, this was a hard release. You know, there is magic and sorcery coming toward this new moon, casting the spell. And ultimately, if any bad mistakes are made on that full moon on Halloween, it will be with this person. Because there's something about them that you cannot fucking resist. But ultimately, they always end up disappointing you because they don't fucking get you. They want to be in control. They want to be the hero. They want it to be all about them. Saving you. Saving me from what? I'm fucking death itself, bitch. What do you want to save me from? I don't need a hero. I don't need a hero. I need a human that's honest. That's what I need. Why can't you just somehow overcome your need? Your own need. It's like, don't put this on me. Don't tell me this is about what I needed. You didn't do this for me. And that's, I think, really getting you, like that salt in the wound, that sense of, you did not do this for me. You did it for you. So you could save face and continue to have me believe that you are that perfect painted picture that you presented to me, because that's what you need me to believe. Maybe part of it's my fault. Maybe I made you think that that pretty picture was the most important part. But ultimately, what the most important part was that you loved me and that you had my back. You were there for me. Why can't that be enough? You're waiting to hear. There's definitely some sort of this transition out of this particular circumstance is what is really plaguing you this week. This week is, Scorpio, challenging for all of us. And a lot of things in your life, I'd say 98% of your life, 99% for some of you, you're ready to just say, peace the fuck out. I'm out. I'm done. Peace out. New beginnings. I've finished the crap. I finished the hardships. I'm done. I've got conviction. I know exactly what I don't need in my life. I know exactly what I don't need. But then what happens when all of a sudden you find out that what you have decided you don't need is embodied in that one fucking person you didn't want to say goodbye to? And that's the twisted, fucked up bullshit that Pluto is pulling right now. Because this is a change that is very difficult for you. And you know what the real challenge is? This is the real battle that you're waging right now inside yourself. Isn't loving them anyway just loving them for what they are? But then if I do, aren't I just letting back in the creeper, those creepy characteristics that are just going to sneak up on me and eventually infect all this newness that I have? It's like I just got reborn as a new baby phoenix. I don't want the fleas on my feathers. If I want this break, if I want this new beginning, it's got to be clean. And that is heartbreaking to you right now. There are some sort of messages coming in. People talking, people want to know, people want to understand what's going on. And you're aware of it. And honestly, it's really frustrating for you. It matters to you. And this is the thing. Love yourself enough to be okay with the fact that it matters to you. Don't hate yourself for it mattering to you. There's that kind of self-sabotaging element going on from now until the end of this month where we start to fight those aspects of ourselves that we get ashamed of. And for you, it's loving somebody who you know isn't worthy of you. Tolerating shit that you normally wouldn't tolerate from anybody. I'm not saying tolerate the shit. I'm saying don't hate yourself for considering it. Because love is unconditional. You are absolutely right about that. But let's have a discussion, Scorpio, because ultimately, because love is unconditional, does not translate to relationships are too. Whatever relationship, don't matter, romantic, business, whatever, especially business, that shit ain't unconditional. There's contracts. So, yes, there is love. And love, you, even as death and rebirth itself, you'll know this better than anybody. Love is the only thing that conquers death. And that's why it can so easily conquer you. When you fall in love, it is new life. It is a new experience. And that is why you struggle and say, well, then this person's here forever. But ultimately, they're not. Love is there forever. But if they do shit that gets them thrown out, they do shit that gets them thrown out. It's that story of Persephone. She's not there forever. She's there sometimes. And that's the rub right now. That philosophical question that's going over and over on in your head. Well, then maybe I don't let the bitch down at all. Because I'm tired of the going. I'm tired of the leaving and the going, the leaving and the going. Are you really tired of it? Are you? Or have some part of you deep down inside accepted the fact that this is somebody you'll compromise shit for? And I want you to look at yourself, accept that about yourself, honor it about yourself, and love yourself. Because it's going to get you in, just like the opening scenario. You'd rather know that they cheated than be lied to about it, right? It's like that's what really gets you. It's like it's that nuance about you that is just so real. It's like you're not going to get angry over the things that people think you're going to get angry over. But this has to do with being angry about yourself. Knowing that there is a person that can come and go. Because they got you. They got you somehow like you got everybody else. And maybe that's why you're so impressed. Because it's really hard to get one over on you. This person really doesn't want bad shit at all. They want to protect you. And it's not because they think you're weak, it's because they think you're valuable. You understand? We don't decide to protect things because we think they can't protect themselves. We decide to protect things because we value them. This person is trying to protect you because they value you. It's not that they don't know you could fuck shit up. It's that they don't want you to have to. This is difficult because pride could get in the way. And laying down this sword right now and forgiving this person, or even just accepting how much you still love them for some god-awful reason, feels like weakness to you, feels like vulnerability. And I think you're right, it's both. But that's a part of you too. It's a dark part. It's a hidden part. It's that part that you keep locked down so tight in the underworld that even you forget it's there sometimes. But it's there. And the most wicked thing about this person is that's the door they opened up. Wow. I told you this week is going to be difficult. It's not going to get in the way of your new beginning, but it is teaching you in the most minute way, like laser surgery ways. It is tapping your Achilles heel. Expect it. At the very least, use this message to expect it. You have an abundant life. You've deserved it. You've worked very, very hard for this. This is be yourself, be abundant. Only the busy bee gets the honey. You're getting the honey. There's sweetness to your life now. And maybe in some ways, the sweetness is in this crazy, frustrating circumstance. This is the secret keeper, right? That's where that's where your power comes from. Keeping people's secrets. That sense of control comes from, they don't even know that I know. The problem here is, the compromised part is, this person has access to your deepest, darkest secret. And it's not even that they're trying to use it against you. It's just the fact that they fucking know it. They know your vulnerability. And that's rough. You are a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. Cat, independence. 2 cats. Lithe and agile, beautiful, strong. Hunters, predators. Almost surreal, magical. Definitely creatures of magic. Portents of magic, here we go. Now, how do we create magic? Magic is when you can tap those keys of the universe and get them to sing the way that you want them to. But there's no way that we have access to fine-tuning our abilities, magical abilities, if we don't fine-tune our own instrument first. And this is the kind of stuff this week that makes us hear our own dissonance. And maybe there is no resolution. Oh, except faith. Faith that this too shall pass. You know something. You know everything about this person. That's comfortable for you. You like that. You like feeling like there's no doors or secrets you haven't opened with them. It's hard for you to get to that place with somebody. And that's why it's especially hurtful when you find out they're intentionally hiding doors from you. Let's get into the main reading. Ooh. I just heard that song. I hear the secrets that you keep when you're talking in your sleep. I hear them. Something came out. Something came out. Look at this. Be here now. No. You're sinking under. This is Libra energy, but it's imbalanced. It's love, but it's painful. It's hurtful. It's beautiful. But it's twisted. It's not real. I think that's what I want to say. Make your dreams real. Look at this. Walking in a spider web. That's how you feel, man. It's almost like, what is this person's game? What is their MO? Are they just like waiting for me to spin into their web so that they can eat me? It's almost like they're sitting there ambush predator style. And when I get off kilter, they're going to come after me. The last thing that the predator likes is to become prey. It's not sexy. It's not sexy. It pisses them off. Watch your words. This is Gemini energy. You know what the thing is, Scorpio? I don't think you know what to say. How do you even confront this? That's it. You can tell that they're being very particular about what they say to you. That was one of the keys. You could tell the difference in their patterning in what they say. It's that their communication has changed somehow. They're not talking as much. They're not as open. They're being extra careful with what they say, and that's what's tipped you into what's going on. And you don't in any way, shape, or form want to let them in on what's going on inside of you. A rebirth is assured. This could very well be somebody that you're passionate about. A new person. If this is a new person that you have not allowed, you haven't let them know that you're interested yet. That's going to change come this full moon. You're going to get a little bit more daring. Just because you don't want to be trapped anymore. It's one thing to be ambushed by somebody. It's another thing to be a slave to yourself, you know? But you're being very particular and very careful right now because it seems like there's in some ways somebody that you can't really size up. This person is pushing buttons that makes you uncomfortable, but not in a bad way, just in a, well, I did say this is a new stage in your life, right? It's like when we're old, we totally forget how it feels like to be a baby and not know how to walk. We don't have any memories of those shaky knees. And now it's like you're totally conscious and aware and you got shaky knees and you hate it. No need for knees if you dive in the water. No need for knees if you trust your emotions and your feelings. And that's what I said in the beginning. Don't hate yourself for these feelings. Dive into them. Honor them. Honor them and you honor yourself. Act as if. Still calm water on the surface. A bunch of shit churning underneath. Now, if this isn't you, this is somebody else, basically, and you can see through the skin. You can see through. They're trying to pretend like everything is okay. It's not. I just think that you don't want to draw much attention to yourself right now. You're not comfortable. I just felt this need. I said, Michelle, shuffle those cards. One more time. And look what comes out. You are never alone. Embrace the in-between and see the big picture. This is love, companionship. It's not just you down there. When love is not just you. Love is actually the one thing that can't be just one thing. Love has got to be in the presence of two people. So there's a sense of connection. It's not just you. And right now, this ambiguity that's killing you, this ambiguity, this discomfort, this waiting for messages, even though you feel like a fool, wanting to cut this person off, even though for some fucking reason you can't. What's the big picture here? This is Libra energy. There's confusion. There's confusion. You don't know what to decide, right? Cut them off or move on, walk away, call them out, get angry, get pissed. Embrace this murkiness. Embrace this craziness. And patience. It's key right now to let things churn and bubble up themselves without you doing anything but watching and observing. But see, this isn't happening on the outside of you. It's happening on the inside of you. And so objectively, you have to love yourself enough to understand you as a whole and not in bits and pieces. And that's going to be real difficult for you right now. That's the challenge. There is a tarot card reading. I'm going to suss out all these details and specifics using tarot. That link is below. I hope you join me. But Scorpio, first I want to get your angel messages, because I know there are angel messages for you. A lot of angel messages. I'm telling you, we're going to be challenged, all of us this week. Okay? First of all, we get the unknown, which is this unknown emotional territory. What is this? You mean I'm somebody who could be vulnerable? You mean I'm somebody who'd let themselves be pissed off and still love you? That's the unknown areas of you that are being opened up right now. Do not fear the unknown. This is a time of deep exploration and transformation. Unfamiliar territory leads to new horizons. It's almost like trusting that horizon of the black hole, being like, but you can't control it. You're going to get sucked in. It's just faith at that point. Trust. All will work out well. We, your angels, are here to nurture, protect, and heal you. Trust in the healing power of our love. We love you more than you will ever know. So yeah, Scorpio, it is so interesting how intensely you love, and yet this is the thing that I'm trying to tell you about this other person. Let them love you. Don't make them the enemy for trying to defuse the bomb without telling you. That's actually not enemy material. Though it is discussion material. Middle path. Embrace both sides. And that's what we got. Like understanding. Listen, you wouldn't even be considering this if this person wasn't something special. Embrace both sides. The middle path is the road to a balanced and more peaceful life. So there isn't, and I know you guys love to go to the extremes, one or the other. This is the scary part for you because the middle is not your territory. Mindfulness. Be mindful of another's feelings and needs. Someone needs your love right now. A loving thought is all it takes. Just remembering how much you love them, whether it's your mother or your wife or your boyfriend, whatever, just remembering how much you love them will open up just enough to not throw something away you may be mourning. And I think that's the thing. Because you're starting all over, you don't want to be mourning anything. You don't want the mourning anymore. You don't want to take another grievance with you. You're done with that shit. Transformation. Through the great love that holds you in its embrace, you are moment by moment transforming to ever greater light, ever greater oneness, and ever greater wisdom. I guess what I'm saying to you, Scorpio, because you know you're going through a transformation, there's never going to be a week where that transformation is so visceral, so physical, and so arduously painful. You're going to notice every single millimeter that you grow this week. Archangel Uriel, a great spiritual transformation is currently occurring both in your life and in our world. This is the union of heaven and earth, spirit and matter, heart and mind unite in harmonious balance. Vision. A positive outcome requires a positive vision. Visualize everyone involved in your present situation surrounded by light and love. Make sure to include yourself also. I'm just saying, it's easy for you to love, but you forget to include yourself, and you forget to realize people want to love you back. Which means as protective as you could be towards somebody, they want to be protective of you too. Your love has the power to influence and transform the current events from something that is your enemy to somebody that you actually love. Divine intervention. You may feel frustrated because something stalls or comes to a standstill. Progress seems painfully slow, yet this is a blessing. It is divine intervention at work. When the timing is in perfect harmony, all will come to fruition. This is your cocoon period. This is it. And this is the breaking down before the buildup, which is, holy crap, painful. You ready for tarot? Let's go over. The link is below. I'll see you guys there.